Now moving on to the next speaker, which is our last and final speaker, Valyapan. He will be doing presentation mastery level 2 project 1. The timing sequence is the timing is the same, 5 to 7 minutes. So may I invite his project evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Tay Yan Ping, to read out the project objective.
Hi, thanks, Toastmaster today. Let me elucidate purpose statement of this project. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. And the purpose of his speech is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. Thank you. Time is 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you. The speech title is Reflection on My Communication Style. So a brief short introduction. Valyapan always likes to keep himself engaged in learning something new and keep pushing beyond his limits. Let us now put our hands together to welcome Valyapan on the virtual stage.
First, let me check my audio. Is it clear? Audible?
Yes.
Okay,
audio
great.
And video.
Okay,
video
so yeah, timer, please. Don't note down now. I'll just start now. Okay, I'm starting. Good afternoon, Toastmaster of the Day, Club President, fellow Toastmasters, and beloved guests. Have you ever wondered why you and your spouse cannot get along well? Have you ever wondered why you are always unable to connect with your bosses in office? The main conflicts that happens in our life is because we don't understand each other's communication style or different. I'm here to elucidate about the different communication styles. There are 4 different communication styles: direct, initiating, supporting, and analytical. So you can use acronym DISA: direct, initiating, supporting, and analytical. Let me explain how did I use my communication styles with some personal examples, so you all know what and how did I use my communication style. The direct communication style is, the people who are using direct communication style are very bold, confident, and they are very decisive. When my friends and I decide to go on a gathering, the first question all of us will have is where to go. As usual, nobody will have an answer and say, I'm okay with anything. Nobody wants to make a decision. I would be the person who used to make a decision on everybody's behalf of where to go and what to eat. I'm very decisive and I take the call. At work, I used to demand work from the team to make the schedule meet and also to ensure that the results, they are very result oriented. That's how I apply my direct communications style in my office. The next style is initiating, which I like the most. Initiating style communicators are enjoyable, enthusiastic, fun-loving, and sociable. They always like to talk a lot rather than listening. I used to drive to my office previously, pre-COVID days. I used to fetch passengers using GrabHitch application. If you all heard about it, there's a facility to pick people on your way. I used to hitch passengers when I'm driving to office. It'll be very awkward for me to sit without talking to the passenger all the way to your office. It's a very awkward situation. I always initiate the discussion, and I had made many friends and I heard interesting stories during my travel. During one such occasion, one of my hitched passenger saw the decal pasted in my car of Crescent Girls School, and she was asking, is your daughter studying in Crescent Girls School? And I said, yes. She was excited and she said, yeah, I am ex-Crescentian and I used to play hockey in Crescent Girls School. Suddenly I remembered one of my ex-colleague, Cynthia, was also an ex-Crescentian, used to play hockey, and she was also in the same age as my passenger. So I asked my passenger, do you know Cynthia by any chance, who also studied in Crescent? And to my surprise, the passenger was so excited and she said, yeah, Cynthia was also in my cohort. And with my initiation, I was able to reconnect two friends after 25 years. I was so happy of that incident. Coming to the third communication style, which is supporting. The communicator using the supporting style are very calm, gentle, very reliable. They are always very good listeners. At home, when kids made mistakes or have problems, I used to scold them very badly. Over the years, I realized it doesn't help to build the relationship with a kid. So I decided to stay calm, be a very supportive dad, and also be a good listener. I'm very sure next time when the kids have any problem, they'll be very open to come and reach out to me and share their problems with me. And they are very comfortable that I am a supportive dad and I'm always there for them. And the last style I want to introduce is the dad analytical style. People using analytical style are very precise, exact, and logical. They're quite boring actually. At work, when I actually used to do my work very well. But always when I went to my bosses to present, I will always be whacked. Over iterations, I realized the communication style between myself and my bosses are totally different. They are very analytical and data driven, and they want an overall holistic view, which my presentation didn't address. If I couldn't deliver the message what they wanted, I will not be able to convince my boss, and I would not be able to grow in such an organization. In totality, I would like to say one size doesn't fits all. So you cannot think that you can use one communication style to address all your needs. You need to be agile and need to know where to apply which communication style. I'll just give you a few tips for you for easy remembrance. With your bosses, use supporting and analytical, which means you need to be a good listener what the bosses say and also provide them data points to convince them. With your kids, use initiative and supporting style, which means you need to be fun loving and also be reachable and be a good listener to what they need. With your wife, use only supportive style. Don't ever try to give them a solution when they grumble. They always come to you to grumble and let out their pain, and they don't want any solution from you. If they just want you to empathize their feeling. If you try to give suggestions, and I'm not responsible for the consequences. So I ensure that please play only a supportive communication style with your wife. On top of all this communication style, I want to remind everybody here that the basic building block for the communication is face-to-face conversation. These days, because of the digital devices intrusion, we all are hooked to the digital devices and we forget to spend time with the family and friends. I would like to remind you all to take a break from your digital devices and converse with the person sitting next to you. That's how you can truly be human. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you, Valiapan, for the very detailed speech. A bit controversial, but Grab increased by $1 recently. Their leadership style is only making dollar, but to customers like myself, they are not making any sense. So, but nonetheless, thanks Valiapan for elucidating how we can apply each leadership style to our life. Mostly, I find the supportive communication style very relevant.